I just want to say that we are so glad to have you here. And tonight's call is going to be all about the business side of things. And so my name is Charlotte, and I am a Ruby leader and almost Sapphire. When things are almost true and you put them out to the universe, you can really really make powerful things happen. So I'm a future Sapphire leader. But I came to Tranont a few months ago, I guess 10 months ago now, and knew I knew I was going to be all in here and feel like I found, such a great company and such a great product. And I'm so glad that I followed that gut and that intuition, no pun intended, followed my gut, and just decided to take a leap, right? Sometimes people overthink and they wait and they plan and they wait until the time is right. I had a friend say, "Hey, what do you think? Let's check it out." And I just took a few days, did some soul searching, did some comparison, some number analyzing, and I just went all in because I knew that the products here, the people here, and most importantly, the compensation plan here, how we build, how we grow, how we earn is different. So I'm so excited that if you are watching this video, I don't know why I'm talking about my window. You are here for a reason, and I hope that that reason is that you are curious and open to chatting, because I only wish I joined sooner. I watched my friend for 9 months, and I just took kind of a little bit of time. I was kind of pushing it away. I didn't let myself admit I wanted to know what she was up to until a different friend said, "Hey, let's check out what she's doing." It's like I kind of needed someone to push me off that bridge of security, right? That bridge of complacency, and say that there are great things outside of comfort zone. So my name is Charlotte. I'm in Nova Scotia. I've been in direct sales for almost 10 years, and I love it. So I'm coming to you live from my beautiful home that I was able to buy as a single mom in this crazy income or housing world, with social selling income. And to me, that is so huge. That is something I could scream from the rooftops, off the mountaintop. You can make this job a career or a hobby or anything in between. So we're going to dive in this evening. We have a number of guest speakers, and we're going to try to aim to keep things short and sweet as much as we can, because if I let them talk, they would talk. And would they talk? Okay. So we're going to start with someone who's not shy in the ability to chit chat world. Susan, she is our newest Pearl leader on the blog, and she's got the best story, and I'm going to just kick it over to her before we get into any nitty gritty. So give it up for our newest Pearl leader in town, and she brand new to this world of social selling. So Susan, just take it away. Start at the beginning, right from how you came from just being a curious friend to where you are today in 8 months, 9 months.
Charlotte, I just love you because you said about keeping it short, and the first one you tag is me. That's hilarious. Okay, I am Susan. I am also coming from Nova Scotia, and I'm a Newfoundlander, so I love to talk. I do not come from a sales background at all. Actually, when Charlotte approached me with this whole thing, I'm just like, what brought me to joining her team was the fact that I've been on supplements since I was 20. I'm now 47. And I spent a lot of money, a lot of time, research, all this stuff, thinking I was doing everything right. And then she comes to me with these new products from Tranont, and I'm like, oh, holy cow. So my whole idea of coming on board was just to make enough money to pay for what I needed every month to feel great. And here I am. I woke up this morning and found out that I am now a Pearl, and it feels really weird to say that. The best thing I love about, besides trying new products and seeing the difference in me and my world on these great impact products, is seeing people around me join my team and try these products, and watching them grow, watching them reach their goals, and feeling great in the same way. It's mind blowing to me. It's like, okay, we're all living our own best life. Me, I'm a single mom with 3 kids. I work a very stressful full-time job. I've been on my own with my kids for the last 11 years. So everything I have, it's been because of me and only me. I do have a great village, but again, it's not the same, right? So when she came to me about this, I was thinking about how this could help my kids at first. And then I'm like, she was like, you need to focus on yourself. So I decided to have my own mask on first kind of year. So there I am, put my own mask on first, being a better me. And in turn, my children are doing better because they have a better mom. So it's amazing. I love it. I love helping my teammates. That's my favorite part, is just watching people try products, watching how it's changing their world. And the other one is watching my team grow. And I love everything about it.
Amazing.
I could ramble on, but I won't.
I know you could. Oh, no, you could. Who am I to be seeing? Let's not talk too long. Okay, you guys know this is the pot calling the kettle black here, right? Susan, I just want to say thank you. Can you give us a couple of examples of things that you've been able to pay for that you maybe, I don't know if you'll be able to say the one you're saving up for, but who listening, we'll put it in the chat. Actually, when we're done, we'll get her to type in what she's saving up for. But can you give us a couple examples of, as a single mom, things that wouldn't have been in the day-to-day budget that you've been able to do?
The first thing that I did out of my Tranont money, so I never joined my personal bank account to my Tranont bank account. I kept it separate for rainy days because I've never had rainy day money. My oldest loves pink, and he's different. He walks his own path, and for graduation from grade 8, for his prom, he wanted a pink suit. And I'm like, I went around, I priced it. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to afford a pink suit for this kid. And all the years I've told my kids I can't afford it. It's this or that. You have to choose. Anyways, I went to my Tranont bank account. And I'm like, you know what? I can't get the pink suit. So there I am on Amazon, ordered my kid the pink suit. And when it arrived, we both were very emotional about it. I was emotional because I'm used to telling my kids all the time, we can't afford it. So to be able to say, you wanted a pink suit? Here's a pink suit. So that was the big one for me. That one was most impactful. I am saving up for a little surprise. I'll probably announce it after Christmas, but something I never thought would ever be possible is happening in my world. And yeah, I can't be more excited about it. I've never been the mom that's able to do those extras that now I'm able to do. So it brings me so much joy to be able to do that.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. So Susan and I have been friends for a long time. We met at like a baby breastfeeding clinic with little 4-week-old baby girls who are still best friends to this day. So it was like, hey, Susan, let's be friends and let's our babies be friends. And it's just been so beautiful. And then we both had baby boys together, same age, a few years later. And so this is someone in my life that I knew right away, starting this business. A few months in, and I'm like, maybe 1 month in, I'm like, I want her on my team because I want to help her grow and I want to make this real for not just me, but other people that I know need it as bad as I do. And so it's so great to come full circle. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking about joining, I actually encourage you to start thinking right off the bat, who do you want in with you? Not just what products you want, but who do you want to bring with you to the table? So Susan, thank you for being my business buddy and beyond. So thank you. We're going to have a few different people speaking about different aspects, and we didn't totally plan this out, but that is awesome. So I think I'm going to actually, Chris is another person who is here to share with us tonight. And we didn't totally talk about this, but she was working for another company for 20 years in the same space, health and health products in particular. And I would love to call on her. I would call her my auntie. She is fantastic, and she's one of the first people also that I thought, if someone's going to take this business and run with it, unlike Susan, who was a happy surprise and totally dug in, I call her Christine, you're going to call her Chris, I'll call her Teen, together she's Christine, is someone who I had no doubt from day one if she was going to do it, would be here because she has that business background. So can you share, tonight is not about products, it's about business. Yeah. So can you share some of the things right off the bat that you said yes, and you knew the value in what you were saying yes to as a business?
Well, first off, I loved my other company.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Great products, similar type of products, but not, to me, not as good of quality, just because of the results that I had on these products. So the thing that I love about Tranont is you don't have this monthly requirement unless you're going for commissions and stuff. You can take a minute, like you can step back, and maybe you just have too much going on in your life. And you can step back and not do anything for a couple of months or a year, whatever you need. And other companies aren't really that forgiving. They're like, you need to do this much volume every month. You need to make sure that you're producing X amount. Some places only let you go down like so many levels, where Tranont is like infinity. If some companies are like the top 3 lines is what you get paid on. And with Tranont, it's like it could be 500,000 people in your leg and you're going to get paid on all of them. That is very huge if you haven't done home business or direct selling before. Some companies actually charge charge for you to use their store. So here's my store. You can go buy from me. It's only $15 a month if you want to use my store, which is crazy. And some are $10 US a month, and different companies charge different things. And that's included in our sign up package. It's so good. And, I had my other company and I had supervisors under me, and I needed a minute. I was going through some changes in my family and my life, and I needed to either, pay a lawyer or buy $5,000 worth of product to keep my supervisor status. And that just doesn't happen here. Like I lost all the people that were under me, and they all went up here. And because I was almost punished for not doing my volume. And that just doesn't happen with this company. And some companies have a phenomenal compensation plan and not very good products. Some companies have amazing, amazing products, but not a very good compensation plan. And I really feel Tranont has both. Like, I really feel it has both. And, I love the Jeep stipend. Sometimes I think I wish you would just give me the Jeep stipend. But I get it, because Tranont wants to make sure they have families. And your car payment, that's one of the biggest expenses for a family. When you get that last car payment, you just hope to God your car keeps running. But anyway, like with Tranont, they will help you buy a Jeep. And, obviously it's a taxable benefit. You have to claim that on your taxes, unfortunately, but it's still amazing. Because if you only have to pay like a third of a car payment, or, something like that in the end, like that's phenomenal. I've never seen anything that early in the game that you can get that at pretty much your first major rank, right? Which isn't even a major rank. It's really a pretty simplistic rank. Anyway, my experience with Tranont has been amazing. I do it very part-time. I have a full-time job, very full-time job. And, like some months are better than others, and it's really what I put into it. And, at the end of the day, I'm in charge of how much money I make. Like, really, I'm in charge of that. What I really love too is that everybody works together. It's not just, me against you. We're not in competition. We're helping each other. Like, I am working really hard to get a couple of people that are on this call to Jade this month. And I would really thrilled to death if that happens. Anyway, yeah, that's what I would like.
I love that. I love hearing it from a different perspective, because I come from a different business model as well. And I can definitely relate. There are people that I would work with that were levels only 4, 5 levels down from me. And I loved them. And I trained them for hours and travel all over to see them. And also was never getting paid on them, unless I was hitting the second highest level in the company. I was only making 1% off of them if I was hitting the highest rank. So it was always weird to me to think, like, this doesn't work for my brain. Like, why is this divide here? So one of the first things I loved about Tranont, if you are someone who's checking it out from a different business perspective, this infinity team model is just
unheard of.
And if you're someone who's new here, who hasn't done another business, it wouldn't hit as important as you realize. So thank you so much. We're going to keep rolling and hear from Jill. Jill and I have met, gosh, years ago now, and have been so lucky to reconnect and so meant to be here together. Just absolutely love working with her. So Jill, can you kick us off and you just talk about whatever you want, why you love the business, why you're vibrating, like you take it. I asked her earlier what she wants to talk about. I just let her roll with it. So let's just roll with it.
So my name's Jill and I'm from Ontario. I live in Brampton. And I started in network marketing about 8 years ago. I started because I was working 6 days a week. I had gone back to work after my youngest was born. And she was a dream baby. And so I never saw her because I worked from 9 to 6 from Tuesday through Sunday. And she was only awake in between the hours of 7 and 7. And it was killing me. And I was like, I need to figure out a way to get rid of my Sunday shift because that was my overtime shift. So I learned about network marketing and I joined a company. I've joined a few companies over the years because I am impulsive. And if I get an idea in my head, I'm like, let's do that. So me following my heart 100% worked. Within about 2 or 3 months. I didn't have to work Sundays anymore. And when I saw the potential of what was in front of us, because I'd never seen this. I had a government job. I have had a job since I was 15 years old. Before that, I babysat. Having a job and going to your job was a very important thing, but I saw that I could maybe get out of what I was doing. And so as time went by, I built a bigger and bigger business, and I set a goal that was crazy at the time that I was going to retire on my 40th birthday. And then COVID hit, and I worked retail in an LCBO, which is, I was a wine consultant, and liquor stores were apparently essential. Who knew? And it was the worst experience of my life. And I worked my tail off, and not on my 40th birthday, but 1 month to the day later was the last day I ever worked retail. So I was able to walk away from a 22-year career. The wine tasting part of my job was amazing. The retail part got old real quick. And I have been able to stay home with my kids since then. And they are now 14 and 10. When it comes to Tranont, I was in a very similar situation to Shar probably about a year ago, where my business wasn't going the way that maybe I wanted. And I was actually considering that I would have to eat some humble pie and go back and get a job. And then I started kind of stalking Shar online. She didn't know. I'm a very silent stalker. Nobody ever sees me coming. And when April rolled around, I was trying on other hats. I told you I'm impulsive. So I tried another business in between and it just didn't work out. Products were great. Business sucked. And I saw the glow deal. And there was a glow deal in April that blew my mind where you got like 2 free glows. And at that point, I was so stressed out that my hair was falling out. Like totally handfuls every time. And I have like lots of hair that was not going over very well. So I decided to join. And within 18 days, I was $50 shy of my best month ever in direct sales. I earned the Jeep stipend. I earned all kinds of bonuses. I grew a team. It blew up. It was insane. And the only reason I don't have a Jeep in my driveway is that I live in the highest insurance rate in all of Canada. And the Jeep is the #1 stolen car. So it is in my future, just not quite yet. So now I've been here for 6 months. I have tried just about every product because I like to give my own testimony because I can't sell anything I don't believe in, which is why I was so good at selling wine, because I believe in that. But I can't believe how far I've come. I'm so happy, like you were saying, about how the infinite deep, because I too lost a team. I lost a big team because depression got a hold of me and I couldn't keep up what they were expecting. And I lost a whole organization. And the idea that that's never, ever going to happen to me here if my mental health decides to take a turn for the worst is so reassuring, because that was devastating. It was freaking devastating. But now, because I have this incredible business model that not only rewards customers and building a team, you can earn on both at the same time. Now I can show this business model to everybody, because I was one of those people that when I started said, I am never going to grow a team. I'm going to sell to customers. And I finally have a model that works for them. And the best part, not only, the making money, and my husband is my business partner, and we were able to rank him up this month. And So our rank retention bonuses this month is paying for Christmas. Mine and his pays for Christmas, which means that his regular paycheck is now going to take care of the bills next month, and everything we make in November and December can go to paying off things and savings, which is something we could have never done even when we were dual income, both government jobs. So when it comes to what you can do here, I could talk about this for days.
I love your story so much. And like, this is what people don't realize when they're coming in, like, yeah, maybe I'll sell a little bit, like, totally cool. You want to be
Totally
casual,
cool.
we love you the same amount. But if you are stuck, if you are looking for options, if you need something else to get you out of the life you are in, this can be the answer. And I relate a lot to what you say in other patterns of journey. Like, I went to school to be a teacher. I did my first year teaching. I had a baby, and then I thought, why would I pay most of my take home to have someone else raise my baby? No judgment. Moms can do whatever they want. There's 101 ways to be a mom. But for me, I thought all growing up, to be an amazing woman like my mother, I had to work 40 hours a week plus meetings plus weekends and all these things. I thought that's what you had to do to be like a prove yourself it was the 90s, watching my mom be this
My
badass
mom
woman.
too.
And then when I grew up, and I'm like, you know what, there are other ways to do this. And so to be home with your kids, your kids were a little older by the time you get to stay home, but it doesn't matter how old. I actually think the older they get, the more they need me right here.
I think they need me more now.
Yes, I fully agree. And had I not known about this, my life would be so different. And I know that that is the same for you. So thank you so much for sharing. And it just, that beautiful journey of your life, and your youngest turned double digits. So I know it just gets more and more important all the time. So for anyone who is in those like child rearing years, like, the years fly by, and I will never regret looking back and saying, you know what, it was a weird career, I thought at first, until I realized it was wonderful. Like, somebody recently was making fun of me a little bit, like, or maybe I was making fun of myself. I forget how I said it. Like, most of my job some days is just texting my friends, right? Checking like, hey, Jill, how are you doing today? Hey, Susan, how are those numbers? Or, hey, teen, how's your collagen? Like, this is so great because it's also building community. And if you're focusing on building community, the sales will come. I always say the best salespeople are the ones who don't focus on sales, actually. So, Jill, you are such a ray of sunshine, and we are so blessed.
Can I just point out one thing? I know we're not talking about products right now, but if you go look at all of our social media and scroll back a year, we're aging backwards. Our kids might be getting older, but damn, like, if you ever want to see a reality check, just scroll back in your social media then from before you started. And that in itself, I'm so grateful.
That'll be our new motto. Our kids are getting older, but we're just getting hotter.
Correct.
Amazing. Okay, thank you so much. We are going to pull up Rebecca, who is on the call. Rebecca reached out to me, said, what are you doing and how do I do it with you? So Rebecca, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're enjoying and why you're loving.
Okay, I had to figure out how to unmute. Okay, well, like you said, I was watching you. I seen Susan do a live about the mojo, and then I was like, oh my God, my life is changing right now. Now, it took a bit. I believed in the business, the product and everything before I even had it on my hands on it, which I'm sure you remember how I was like, oh, I just need the money. So finally took the plunge and signed up, and that was back in May. So it took me a bit of while. So here's an example of like not needing to do anything to stay with Tranont. So just a couple weeks ago, finally got my next order in, be in soon. We're going to get going. Had you told me a few weeks ago that I was going to be ranked at Jade today, I would not have believed you. Of course, help from my downline that you guys helped build too. But yeah, like I I still can't believe I hit rank. And yeah, so I'm really excited to see where it's going to take us. It's hard for me being a mom of 4, and I've got like my kids are young. They're 7, 5 through 3 and 1.5. So it's hard because I got the 2 young ones at home who usually need me. The baby sleeps, but the 3-year-old doesn't always nap. So it's hard to get that time. They were all chasing me earlier, and I was trying to talk to Shar. And then I was getting on the live. Adele was like insisted that she was going to be here. But anyways, so it's busy, it's hard. The flexibility, number one, obviously. You know, I may not have a full-time job working outside of the house, but the kids on its own makes it hard. So the flexibility, and like you guys talked about, you know, like how you can rank and not those obligations of needing to have certain quota or certain numbers. It's so open, and it's like I said, it's not hard to attain it. So for me, it was a no-brainer, you know, being able to have the products and then running the business, you know, like you're benefiting financially, but you're also your health. And that's where it really sucked me into it. I was like, you know, like I'm stuck financially, obviously. My health, like, you know, it's hard. I know we're not supposed to talk about the products or whatever, but it's just really hard
You
because
can,
it's like,
yeah.
it's both, right? Like, the finances are obviously a bonus, you know, living paycheck to paycheck is really hard, especially when you got littles, and then like, you know, all the expensive school snacks, and like sometimes I'm just like pulling my hair out because like I spend money on snacks and then like I don't like this, and then you got like half a big bulk box of something and it's like, oh my God. But you know, so yeah, so what I'm really excited about, you know, to move on forward and keep building my team, you know, like, and I've got my sister and my best friend joined, and I'm really excited to help them because I know they're kind of in a rut too, and it's like I see what it's doing for me, and I'm showing them, and I'm like, it's possible, and we're going to get you there. So I'm just really excited to build my team with them,
Amazing.
and everybody else we're going to add.
Absolutely. All the people who are still left to come. Like, I just love listening to you because you're like, and my sister and my friend. You know, when I joined, same thing. It's different here. The way you build is collaboratively down, and then you bring people on, and then the people you bring on continue to help those who you may have already brought on. So, you know, my first call was, and here you're allowed to build a position for your spouse, which is great.
Right.
Unless you're reading between the lines that, you know, Chris and Susan and I have all been through stuff that leaves you without a spouse. So I'm like, you know, my first call was to my best friend who was like, let me do this with and for us. Like, let me bring you in. You've never done business before. You know, I don't have a husband to position and grow. Like, be my husband, be my ride or die, be my, you know, and we're both, you know, we're both moms with kids, little kids. And I said to her, you know what my biggest goal is for her and for I said, let's do this business. And then with the rising cost of everything, if we'll be so successful, we'll be able to go to the grocery store and buy strawberries, even when they're not on sale. She's like, yes, I'm in. Like, let's do this. And she hit a position called Pearl, same as Susan, just last week as well. So seeing the gains and seeing the growth and knowing that the right time is so key to business. You know, we have a new product, and I wonder if I was smart enough to bring it over here with me, but we have a new product, and it's called Transform, and it's not here in my purse, but whatever. I wanted to show it. And here it is, hiding behind my computer. The right time is obviously when it's right for you, but also don't try and wait for this perfect time in life to make this big. That time often just doesn't come, but the right opportunity does come along. And I know we're not talking about products tonight, but this is a business discussion. I have had more people reach out to me looking for our new product, Transform. It transforms the sugar in your gut into fiber. It is world-changing, life-changing technology. It is the best science I've ever been part of. It is making people come to me. And so if you are someone who is worried about putting yourself out there, I am just sharing about this product, and my inbox every day has people who I don't even know they're watching me. Although now I know Jill's been watching me for a while, man. She's a little creepy. I don't know what else she's been watching, but however many Jills are out there watching you, you don't even know yet. Just you have the ability to come in at a time before a product changes the world. And I thought everybody was way over exaggerating when they were telling us this something was coming and was going to be so big and it was going to change the world. And I was like, I am not buying into all this hype until I find out what it is, because I guess I have a little skeptic in me. But I was thinking my reputation is on the line as a social seller, and I am not putting my money where my mouth is without knowing what it is, right? Is that the saying? Put your money where your mouth is. Put your mouth where your money is. Ooh, gross. I don't know what it is. And it's true. It is literally changing people's health. And this is your opportunity. Or if you're watching this later, the person who asked you to watch this video wants you for a reason. So I've been using this opportunity actually to go through the folks in my life who are reaching out, and also saying, like, to some other friends who I'm like, you know, you've been watching for a while, you've been waiting to see, there is no right time. Let's just do it now and sign you up. Kitty. Let's just sign you up and get you sharing and get you using products, because it is just the time that other people are going to have these financial opportunities that are life-changing along with the products. So I am going to end with a little side note that if you're a numbers person, I'm not going to go into the numbers detail, but if you start and you come in and you start sharing in your first month and you hit our rank of Jade, it's our first real leadership rank. There's one rank before that, 2 ranks before that, but Jade is like not hard. I'm not going to say it's not hard to hit, but it is feasible to hit in your first 30 days, of course, if you're just working and sharing and loving. But your pay on that is a $1,180 bonus plus a $320 monthly anyway pay. So you come in and you do Jade in your first month, you're taking home, not including commissions, not including paychecks every week, you're taking home a $1,500 paycheck for your first 30 days of work. Now, if you're looking for a part-time job and you're going to go out into the world submitting resumes and you're going to say, I want to work my hours that I pick, I want to work with who I want, I want to work where I want, I'm going to work in my pajamas sometimes. I want to be like Shar, I'm going to work in my pajamas most of the time. And this is how much, and I want to make $1,500 extra on top of my paychecks in the first 30 days. You know what they're going to say? Bye, we're not the job for you. Like, that's not how the work world works. So network marketing is amazing. Social selling is amazing. I know we're running out of time. I was trying to keep this short, but nod your head, or if you're watching this later, like nod your noggin along. If you have ever watched something on Netflix and then immediately told a friend that they had to watch it too, or if you are obsessed with a show and the new season comes out and you call them and you're like, this new thing is out, let's go. Like, go get your remote control. We're watching Love is Blind. Or you go to Costco and your favorite dill pickle chips are back in stock, and you come home and you put it on your Facebook that your favorite dill pickle chips are back in stock at Costco. Guess how much money Costco just paid you to do that? None. Guess how much money Netflix is paying you every time you tell your buddies there's a new season of whatever? None. But this is basically the same with a very big, very fair, very lucrative compensation plan. And I love waking up and finding out I made money overnight. That is my favorite thing to do. I love going away for the weekend at the cottage and coming home and finding out people have been shopping on my website that I don't even pay a monthly fee for. Like Chris said earlier, that's free. It's included. You get it. You get your own free website. So things are wonderful. I paid off my van in September last year, which is very exciting. And 6 months later, they said I was going to need to put thousands of dollars of work into it. And a couple months after I had paid it off, actually in November last year, when I had not yet come to Tranont, I needed to put $2,000 worth of work into my van, and my mother had to pay my bill because I'm a newly single mom and my other direct sales job was not paying the bills anymore and I was struggling. And my mother had to pay $2,000 on this van I had just paid off. And then so that was 2 months. Then 4 months after that, they said I was going to need to put like another $3,000 into this van. And I thought, why on God's green earth am I going to do that? So I bought my Jeep, and I strategically worked out a price. And so I get about, I think what it is, $640 a month for my Jeep stipend. And that is, and after the stipend, I pay about $37 a month out of pocket for my Jeep. Brand new 2021, new to me, brand new 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It is so reliable. It is fantastic. It is such a good vehicle. And I would not have had it in the budget to buy a new vehicle. I just wouldn't have. So that's just another wonderful thing. We are going to wrap it up, but unless I know these are the planned speakers that we had, but you can reach out to anyone that's on this call. We all have many of us here are associates and have our own stories and our own versions of that. But I just want to say, being in community with people you like, do business with people you like. So if you like the person who asked you to watch this video, absolutely reach out to them because it's fun. If you don't like them, pick someone else on the video and go to that. No, I'm just joking. But we all just have fun, and this is just such a great community of folks. So feel free to unmute yourself. I'm going to stop the recording so folks can ask questions. But thank you all. We love our team. There's beautiful bundles that you can buy that are like pre-packaged varieties of product, and it's actually, most of them are discounted. The bigger the bundle, the bigger the discount. And that is actually something you can fully claim on your taxes. We didn't even talk about the reasons I love a home-based business is because you can claim so much on your taxes and get so many write-offs. And, you know, when I buy a box of Mojo, I actually don't drink Mojo, but lots of other people in the world drink coffee. So when I buy a box of Mojo and I'm passing out my sticks, that whole box is a write-off to me, because that whole box, I'm not drinking it. I'm buying it as samples. I've been buying Enrich lately in sets of 2. Every second bottle I'm claiming as a taxable income write-off, because I'm taking one for me and I'm passing out Enrich. Hey, you have heartburn? Take 4 or 5. Take these Enrich. Take them home. Tell me how you feel in 2 days. So the products work so well. Obviously, you're not going to pass out something like a B vitamin, because that's one that has to build up in your system. You know, you're not going to be, you know, passing out baggies of liquid collagen or anything anytime soon. But the products, there's so many shareable things that you can do and have them as a write-off. And that in itself is huge. So I'm going to stop recording now. So if you're here for the recording, thank you so much. We love you. We can't wait to work with you, and reach out to the person who invited you to this call. Thank you so much.